Transformers Plush. Now stay with me here. Just don't switch the channel. Hear me out. So Transformers Plush has always been a weird thing within our fandom. It was something that legit did not exist at all until 2007. Up until that point, there was no real thing when it came to Transformers Plush. Maybe it had to do with the fact that the female part of the fandom was not as strong as it was, say, post 2007 with the movies, but the phenomenon that is Transformers Plush is very big today. And if you've ever been to TFCon, you see firsthand just how much of a money-making thing it is. We have our charity auction where we auction off to get into the dealer room 30 minutes ahead, 40 minutes ahead, an hour ahead. People pay big money to get into the dealer room early because they want to get their Transformers Plush. We have literally seen examples of this. Now, we've had official Transformer Plush. We've had unofficial Transformer Plush. There's a lot of handmade stuff. There's a lot of talented people within the fandom that make some really cool Transformer Plush stuff. And of course, like I said, post-2007, it kind of became an official product when you had a lot of movie Transformer Plush stuff. There was also G1-related stuff like Optimus Prime and Slumblebee, which were the transformable ones. And then they did the smaller keychain ones back in the day, which I have the Hot Rod one, thanks to Jesse for getting me that one. There's a lot of that. And again, there's a lot of crazy good handmade stuff that's been made throughout the years also from fans. But now we have yet again another studio that's stepping up to make some officially licensed Transformer Plush. And this was announced a few days ago by a company named Symbiote Studios that was originally going to reveal all its crazy stuff that they were planning at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, that's obviously not the case. SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con, is not happening this year because of the Big V. And so Symbiote Studio instead is slowly doing teasers and reveals of what they are doing here exactly. Now, before I get into that, Symbiote Studios, I'm actually familiar with some of their previous work because they've worked with a website that I've bought stuff from way back in the day called Fangamer. And Fangamer usually deals in merchandising in relation to video game stuff. So to give an example, they did a plush of all the Undertale stuff. They did plushes of Bomberman. They did plushes of Mighty Number 9, and on and on. So when I was part of the Mighty Number 9 backer, I got some of their plush. A friend of mine has the whole plush series of the Undertale stuff. So it's pretty good quality stuff. I could say that right now. It doesn't have that I guess we'll call it handmade individual fan stuff. This is clearly made by an officially licensed company, and it's pretty good quality stuff. Now, what they've teased here thus far was their first image. They showed that they're going to be doing a chibi style Generation 1 plush series. From what we've seen thus far, they teased us the top of the head of Optimus Prime and the legs of what is clearly a G1 Soundwave, and then later on they just showed the silhouette of the G1 Soundwave to give us an idea of the proportions. And it very much is so a SD chibi style, SD as in super deformed chibi style kind of plush series. Now, who else is probably going to be in this aside from G1 Optimus Prime and G1 Soundwave? Well, if I was a betting man, and I would go by just what the basic marketing that Hasbro literally puts out to every single company when it comes to licensing their G1 products, you go with what is known internally as the Legendary 7. The Legendary 7 is the guaranteed mainstream 7 Transformers that works in every kind of age group, every kind of demographic, and even the most loose of pop culture fans, which is Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Grimlock, and then on the Decepticons, you have Megatron, Soundwave, Starscream, and Devastator. Those are the most well-known, and they work out every single time. And so chances are, because we got Optimus, we got Soundwave here, I guarantee we're for sure we're going to see a Starscream, we're going to probably see a Bumblebee, and then you loosely go, okay, maybe a Megatron, maybe a Devastator, maybe a Grimlock, maybe in robot mode, maybe in Dino mode, more so Dino mode. And then who knows from there where they'll want to go. But that's just my call right there of that. I mean, you could comment below and say who you think it might be in this, but I mean that's kind of what from a business standpoint, the first ones you want to hit first of all. But at the same time, I could kind of see more obscure characters being done because of who this is marketed at. Look, I don't want to gender relate this kind of stuff, but look, I've been going to Transformer conventions for more than 20 years. You know what I mean? I've seen what sells with what markets. When you've sat at certain tables, when you've sat with James Roberts for 3 years straight, and when you've sat with, let's say, I don't know, Richard Newman or any other voice actors or even creators or writers, you see what is in people's hands. You observe, you see what is purchases from different groups of people. And the plush thing is primarily a female market product. And it's something that if that is the case, you look at what works, what characters are popular with the female demographic. Who knows? If some of them even went along the lines of some, let's say, even James Roberts related characters or IDW based designs, that would actually work better than, let's say, a Devastator. Going outside of that Legendary 7, let's say. So it's something that also that's a fruit or a piece of mind or 2 cents to consider, because it's something that definitely Symbiote Studios will have to think about. And they're not a huge company. They're a smaller company, but they do professional stuff, and I'm really curious to see what they do. Let me know what you think about this. Who do you think would be in, let's say, like if you were doing a run, like it was going to be 5 characters for the first wave, who would those 5 be? Like me, again, from a marketing standpoint, again, it's going to be Optimus Prime, it's going to be Soundwave, it's going to be Starscream, it's going to be Bumblebee, and then, let's see, my number 5 will be a Dino Mode Grimlock, just for the cutesiness of a dino. That's who my 5 would be. But who would your 5 be that would make sense to do this for that very first wave by Symbiote Studios?